I'm a publisher and a curator, and I run two organizations. One of them is called Raking Leaves, and the other I'm a co-director and co-founder of the Sri Lanka Archive of Contemporary Art, Architecture and Design, which is based in Jaffna. One of the definitions, I suppose, that people have often talked about when they describe the artist's book is that the artist is somehow involved throughout. I mean, in the sense that they are, they create the content, they might do the binding, they might do the, what they, at time, historically, they call the illustration for the front cover. And I think these days, that being involved in all aspects is still there, even if you might not mechanically do it yourself. But advice, I'm self-taught. I'm a self-taught publisher, and I think it's really just about going out there and working with what you have. Because in fact, it's with what you have that you are going to make the most interesting kind of print-based or printed matter. And if you have everything that you want, I think the end product is never going to be as interesting when you have just the basics. So, in fact, everything that I have done, if I was to pass it on, the simple advice would be that every time I do a publication, I learn, and it's about trying to do more and more of them. Pragmatically, I think, when we think of printing, you have a book that you end up with, and you have to think about the distribution, and I think that never gets proper thought. So think about how are you going to get that book out there, and I think what the artist-led kind of art book is really perhaps what potentially lies there is the way that events can become these places where people can congregate and where these books can be distributed. And think about how distribution happens. Does it have to be a monetary transaction, or can there be an exchange for something else? So distribution is definitely one thing which is a challenge, and I'd say get thinking about it quite quickly. And then I'd really say think about design. Work with people who can really help you make really brilliant design judgments. How to work with the kind of optimum size of paper when you're printing. Working in this very kind of ergomatic way. And a designer or someone with a very sort of design expertise can really facilitate you to create what you want, because sometimes you know what you want, but you don't have just the know-how of how to do it.